Alright, so I will show you here how you can create some mock-up temps so that you can use it with your Bisacryl after you prep the patient's teeth. It is very important for you to define the curvature, occlusal curvature of your smile when you are here in this stage called this MyoFrame 3D. Notice over here that, when I'm creating my curvature, these tooth over here, the central incisor, because it's slightly rotated, it doesn't follow the entire curve. So when I am creating that, I already know, for example, that that tooth needs to be removed when I'm doing my prep. So if I click here and generate smile, look what will happen. This tooth here will kind of like be overhanging. And in this video, I want to show you how you can remove these excess so that you can use this mock-up without the patient existing tooth covering the mock-up. So let me now go here and tap next. Okay, all right, so just by looking here, we can see that, we need to make some small adjustments. Let me first go over here in the top left corner and select mock-up and shells. And let's go here to tools. I might need to make just like a slightly rotation of the central incisors. There is a link over here that you can always click. For example, if I click in here, both centrals will be adjusted at the same time. Okay, and then let me unlink it once again. And then here, I just need to bring it more lingual. And this one also. All right. So my mock-up basically is ready. Now I need to go to Mesh Editor to remove all this palatal area and also to remove these excess of teeth here that is overhanging. So let me go to Mesh Editor, and then you can click in any of these brushes. Let's, for example, click here in Flatten, and you will select Maxilla and Maxilla Design. It's all you need. Hit Done. All right. What is great about the Mesh Editor is that you can make small adjustments onto the design. For example, here I can bring the size of my target to a bigger size. Let me just do it again. Click here in Brushes. Click on the tooth. Notice that the tooth is dark gray, so that one is the tooth that I'm going to be adjusting, and I can move the whole thing all together. Same thing over here. If I go a little closer, I can pull that edge and make the necessary adjustments. All right, so this is like one of the things that you can do with the deform brush. And now here, to remove these excess, you see over here, edit model. And then you go over here and turn this on. You can also show the outline, show wire. Once you click in here, let's go to flatten. Let me reduce the size of my brush and start to remove it. You see, same thing over here. Make sure that you click over the patient's original STL file. Okay. Then if you want to go back to the actual tooth, you go here, and then notice that now the tooth is highlighted in gray, and you can pull it as you want. Okay, all right, let me just turn this off. If I go here to deform, I can make here the final adjustments. Same thing over here. Notice that this lateral looks very bulky. What you can do here, you can go to opacity, and like change the opacity of the design. See, it's very bulky. Now we have here to form. Bring the size of the brush as big as possible. Okay, and then you will just bring it in. Okay. Let's just go back here. Just close the gap in here. All right, so now for the back, you can basically do the same thing. You can go over here, use the flatten, reduce the size of this a little bit, and remove all the excess from the palatal area. Notice that I'm removing now the actual design and not the tooth, right? Same thing over here. Again, like those are going to be used as temp, but how? You're going to print the whole model, and then you will be using a silicone key to create a negative of that model, and then use a Bisacryl. So after you prep, you use the Bisacryl, like the Pro Temp, for example, and you just pop it in a patient's mouth. Okay. The files that you need here, just to make sure that you guys know, of course you guys know, but just to make sure you know that, are the frontal picture of a patient plus the upper and lower intraoral scan. All right. All right. Not gonna finish here, but just so you guys, to understand how it works, that's how you do it. See, like now we don't have that tooth overhanging here anymore. It is imperative that you hit apply, okay? That's mandatory, otherwise you will lose everything that you just did here. So you click apply. All right, and now let's print it, okay? Let's go to CAD preset. And then you will select mockup. I know you guys see here temporaries, but these temporaries is for something else. It's for, if you already have the prepped scan, then you will use the temporaries. But since you don't have it here, you will be using a mockup. So you will hit mockup and you will export the mockup. Another thing that is important to know is that notice over here that this mesh is closed, which means it's ready to be printed. So if your STL looks hollow, it means that it's not closed, it's not printable. So when you are uploading the file, make sure to hit open shell when you are uploading the file into the patient documentation. All right, so that way you can have it ready to be printed. So I'm gonna click mockup. You can select just ideal, it's fine. And then you can export it to wherever you want. And then you can simply save the case. Click save, save the case, and the case is already exported. All right, guys, that was the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have an amazing day.